All right, I'm going to say shalom to everyone. This is going to be a quick video in reference to a question that I got today. Um, Actually, it was another questions too. Is some things that have been going on with the brothers when it comes down to a woman. Uh, particular people have been exchanging numbers, and one brother said that he has constantly called this particular woman and the sister, and she don't return his phone calls, and she don't return his emails and things of that nature. So I thought I would kind of like go into that and reason. Most of the time, let me just say this, even though let me go back. One brother said, I feel that if she is ignoring me, and she is, all right. um, Usually that's the case, but let me just tell you this: 90% of the time, I'll say nowadays maybe 80%, because you got this these spirits going on more rampant in the world. But 80% of the time, women like that attention from the man. But we have to realize something. You have to be very careful today. uh, One of the brothers said, should he continue to send emails and send tweeties or tweeting or whatever it is, and certain things, uh, constantly calling, should he constantly call and leave voicemails? And I'm going to say no. The reason why I say that is you got to be very careful, as I was about to say before. Um, you got to be very careful, because she can label you as harassing her and a stalker. People say, well, nah, that's not the case, but that's very dangerous in these days and times, because now they're going to have like a dossier of all the emails you sent, all the voicemails you sent, and you got to be very careful on what you're saying in those emails. So you got to be very careful. There's a lot of spirits going on in this world. There's a lot of mind control altering going on today too. So we got to be very careful. All right. Now, years ago, that was considered a man that is very interested in a woman. Back in the day, we notice in Genesis chapter 29 that even Laban knew how Jacob loved Rachel, and he had Jacob serve 14 years total, because he gave Jacob Leah first, and he did it in a subtle way. He had Jacob become a servant for 7 years first. He told him he was going to give him his daughter, his youngest daughter, but then he lied and said, well, he knew that the custom of the Hebrews, that you give the eldest daughter first. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this story up is because this man worked another 7 years for the woman he loved. All right. It wasn't to the point where he was stalking her, and she thought that was crazy, because first of all, she didn't have a choice from the beginning. It's up to the father to make that decision on who will be the husband. Nowadays, like I said, a lot of things is perverse. A lot of things is out of whack. We're in this world of chaos. So a lot of things, when it comes down to the mind, is distorted. Um, when you're married to Christ, you put your life on the line. Some people may think that's crazy. So to make a long story short, I don't want to get too far in the lesson, but you can read the story about Jacob and Leah, and Rachel, excuse me, how Laban tricked him. Then he did it in Genesis 30. So eventually he went and he let Jacob go, because he was blessed. He knew that he was blessed because of Laban knew that he was blessed because of Jacob's stay there, his servitude. And when you read 1 Corinthians chapter 7, it goes into how if you can't contain yourself, then marry. So we have a lot of situations where brothers are, fighting their flesh, and they're ready to get married, and they're not getting enough response as they think when it comes down to the sisters. So that's going to happen. Um, Sometimes these women, you brothers, will be put in your face as a temptation to see how strong you are when it comes down to your faith. Just pray to the Most High. Ask Him to give you strength, and last but not least, just be wise. Don't send a bunch of emails. Don't send a bunch of emails maybe once or twice a week, because like I said, we got to exercise Proverbs chapter 1 verse 7. If we don't, then we're going to get caught up. All right, so make sure, be very wise. Don't send a bunch of harsh emails. You're mad at her. Why would you do this? And you faking and all that. Nah, don't do that. Don't even get caught up in that spirit, because you're gonna be wasting your time, and it's gonna burn your fire. Now, like I said, I'm giving some of the sisters the benefit of the doubt, because I know that, and I don't know if I said this already in this video, because I had to do this a few times because the computer wasn't working right. That usually the anatomy of a woman, when it comes down to her egg, is to only allow, viewer discretion advised, only allow one sperm cell within the egg. That's her very anatomy, or her very actions manifested when she is out and about. She observe a man, and then she really want him to fight for her. And we supposed to actually fight for the woman. Like, we supposed to, if you see her, you want her, you work. That's why I wanted to show the example of how Jacob did it. He worked. He like, look, that's my wife, I want her. So he worked another 7 years. So you fight for that. And being as though Laban knew that, he knew he could take advantage. And so we have to be very prudent in certain things that we do. Fellas, don't get caught up in your emotions and feelings when it come down to certain things. Don't be all up under a woman's skirt, basically to say that don't allow them to bully you, because a lot of them do that nowadays. Not all. You have a lot of great sisters out here. I'm talking about the ones that do that on purpose, just to try to get over. All right, they don't really understand that they're really actually hurting themselves at the end. So you have this diva spirit that's going around in the world, that that upsert authority over the man. And I think a few songs even Beyonce made about this actual spirit of pushing that a woman rules or something. I don't even know, but there's a level of royalty that you have. The man versus Christ, the head, then the man, then the woman. Okay, that's the way it's supposed to go. If you can't get that, if you can't humble yourselves under Proverbs 31, which represents Sarah, then you're wasting your time. All right, so there you go. I just wanted to get into that real quick, not a long video. Brothers, be careful. Don't be sending a bunch of emails, even though you all exchange numbers and all that. Don't send a bunch of voicemails, because eventually she might get tired of it, and then now you all caught up in courts, and now you're considered a stalker. Now you got it can get dirty, it can get ugly. So just prudent. That's basically what I'm saying. And just pray and ask the Most High to open her eyes. If you really like her, then like I said, if she's the one that you're supposed to be with, then the Most High will open her mind, and everything will work out. So there you all have it. I'll be making more videos. Look out for a video. Matter of fact, I may post the link for the upcoming question and answering on Ustream that I'm going to do Thursday. It's going to be more of a meet and greet, I would say. I'm going to introduce myself. I just want to get everything geared and ready for classes in October. I want to make sure that the Ustream site is up and running correctly. If I get disconnected a few times, then that's okay. I will, return. But I want to make sure that that's working correctly. So I will post a link at the bottom of this video, maybe within a 24-hour period, uh, based on when this was published. So look out for that link on this particular video, and I may make another quick video to let people know to click on the link, the Ustream link, because like I said, I'm going to do a small Q&A on Ustream. So look out for that. Love you all. This is my life, and I'll be doing this for the rest of it. Shalom.